Hey there, Detroit sports fanatics. I'm Taylor Phillips, and welcome to Taylor's Detroit Sports on Spreaker. You can also find this and all other episodes of Taylor's Detroit Sports on iHeartRadio. If you have any opinions on everything that's going on in the Detroit sports world, call in or send a text message live on the show at 231-429-3668. That's 231-429-3668. Also, you can add me on Facebook as Taylor Phillips, online at facebook.com/Phil1DT. Like my Facebook page, Taylor Phillips' Detroit Sports page. Join my Facebook group, Taylor Phillips' Detroit Sports Group, and follow me on Twitter at DT2Phillips.
And this is episode 108. Lots to talk about tonight. First off, I want to talk about Michigan football. Brady Hoke, their head coach, just got fired at about 3 p.m. this past Wednesday. It's Thursday now at 1:09 a.m. Brady Hoke led his team to an 11-2 season and a Sugar Bowl win in the 2011 season. They finished 8-5 in 2012 and lost in the Outback Bowl to South Carolina. They won the Sugar Bowl over Virginia Tech, by the way. Then in 2013, they finished 7-6. After Brady Hoke made that one coaching mistake by going for 2 against Ohio State and failing, because Urban Meyer wisely called his timeout right after the 2-point conversion, right before the 2-point conversion attempt, and Urban Meyer set up his Ohio State Buckeyes defense very well. And Michigan went on to lose in the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl against the Kansas State Wildcats. And then this year, they finished 5-7 with no bowl appearance. Not nearly getting to one. Six and 6 is the only way you're going to get close to a bowl appearance. 5-7 is just not going to cut it. Brady Hoke claims he's a Michigan man. This is Michigan, for God's sakes.
That's not what I want to hear. What's your problem there, pal? Can't a guy get a bit of sleep? Don't bug me.
And athletic director Jim Hackett, the interim athletic director, that is, didn't want to stand for it anymore. So, he held a press conference today, or just yesterday, at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. And said that the Michigan man phrase must go to begin a smarter and better head coach search for the football program. Nick Baumgartner from MLive.com. Nick Baumgartner of MLive.com writes, Michigan interim athletic director Jim Hackett waited until the final moments of Tuesday's news conference to deliver his sharpest words yet as the department's boss. Speaking with reporters inside Michigan's Chrysler Center media room, Hackett announced the firing of head coach Brady Hoke of the Michigan Wolverines football team. He spoke about the great deal of respect he has for Hoke as a person, even saying the sporting world needs more quality people like Hoke in the business. At the end of the day, though, Hoke's win-loss record wasn't good enough. Not nearly. It was 5-7, like I mentioned before. And Hackett says the time has come for Michigan to move on. There's something else he'd like put in the past too, the phrase Michigan man. Hackett said, quote, I want to get rid of the word Michigan man, maybe today you can write about that, unquote. The phrase Michigan man has been tossed around university circles for years and has often been used as a sort of badge of honor. In some instances, of course, it's also overblown. The term was coined by the late legendary Michigan football coach and former athletic director Bo Schembechler, who famously uttered the phrase while appointing Steve Fisher as the basketball program's interim coach on the eve of the 1989 NCAA tournament. Since then, many have believed that only a Michigan man is fit to run the team's football program. On Tuesday, Hackett says that's not really the case. He said, quote, if you let it stand for what it's supposed to mean, here's what it means. If you cut open the soul of the people that are Michigan men, so to speak, you find first selflessness. This is a point about how we stand for the team first. The second thing, the ability to win and be competitive. The competitive spirit in my lifetime and with others you've seen who have played, we knew we had to work hard. It wasn't about arrogance, it was about being competitive. And the third thing, we want to continue the legacy of what's been great here from a value standpoint. This place does not need to cut corners to win. And you've got a lot of pride in the fact that if you come here, you know you're signing up to be the best in the world without any type of shenanigans going on. Unquote. Those were the final words of Hackett's presser. He said the search for Michigan's next coach will begin immediately, adding that an external search firm will be hired to assist with the process. For now, Hackett said former Michigan offensive coordinator and current athletic department sport administrator Mike DeBoard will run the program on a day-to-day basis until a new coach is hired. DeBoard will not be a candidate for the full-time job. most people like most people liked the fact that Brady Hoke was fired. Some people were growing impatient, including Detroit Sports 105.1's Matt Derry. And hey, I don't blame him. He said Brady Hoke should have been fired after he'd mismanaged the quarterback department when Shane Morris suffered that concussion. And yeah, we agree. I think pretty much almost everybody that supports the University of Michigan Wolverines, the Maize and Blue, and the students that attend classes at U of M think that both Brady Hoke and Dave Brandon should have been fired right after Morris suffered that concussion, and Brady Hoke and the athletic department was not aware of it. Prankville sent me 2 comments. Take your time, Taylor. You're doing good. Thank you very much. That leads me to Michigan basketball. The Wolverines is under head coach John Beilein. Let the Syracuse Orangemen hang around, but still held on to win 68-65 in their first ACC Big Ten Challenge game. Of the 2014-2015 season. Trying to get the Go Blue to Go Game Day Live mobile app going here. There we go. All sports. Men's basketball. It's actually a good thing, by the way, that Michigan football fans still want Jim Harbaugh to come and be the head coach of the Michigan Wolverines. He does have 1 year left, 1 more year left in his NFL head coaching contract with the San Francisco 49ers. I want you all to keep in mind of that. And he might not be able to come unless the 49ers fire him. All right, I got the recap of Michigan and Syracuse here. Junior Spike Albrecht's three-pointer from the top of the key broke a 63-63 tie as with 26.7 seconds left and helped the Wolverines men's basketball team 7 13th ranked in the Associates Poll, number 16 by ESPN and USA Today, to a 68-65 victory over the Syracuse Orangemen in the ACC Big Ten Challenge on Tuesday night, December 2nd, inside Chrysler Center. Albrecht finished with 11 points, a career-high 9 assists, and 0 turnovers on the night. Junior Zach Irvin connected from downtown to give the Wolverines their largest lead of the night, 58-48, with 7 minutes left in the game, but the Orange responded with an 11-3 run that brought them within 2 points of the lead at 61-59, forcing a Michigan timeout with 2:55 left in the game. Freshman Ricky Doyle put back his own miss to make the score 63-59 with 1:50 left to play, but Syracuse scored 2 straight buckets to tie the game at 63, forcing another U of M timeout with 51.8 seconds left. Then Albrecht hit his 3 to give the Wolverines the lead, and the Orange turned the ball over twice in the last 15 seconds, both after a missed free throw on a 1-and-1, both on a 1-and-1 situation because Michigan was still in the single bonus, not the double bonus, with 15 seconds left to help Michigan hold on. The Wolverines hit the last 2 free throws to put themselves up by 3, 68-65, and that was it. The Wolverines had 5 double-figure scores in the game, led by Irvin with a game-high 18 points. Junior Karis LeVert finished with 12 points and 6 assists, while freshman Cameron Chapman posted 10 points and a career-high 9 rebounds. Oh, there's also a chat window on my Spreaker episode 108, Taylor's Detroit Sports, and it's live. And it is live. Doyle finished with 12 points on 4 of 6 shooting, and he went 4 of 5 on free throw attempts. The Orange pulled out to an early 5-0 lead, but Michigan answered with a jumper by Chapman and a long triple by Irvin to tie the game. Then Irvin stole a pass and threw down an emphatic dunk before LeVert nailed a leaning jumper to put the Wolverines on top 9-5 at the 14:47 mark of the first half. Syracuse came back with 7 straight points to take a 12-9 lead, and minutes later LeVert knocked down a long 3 from the right wing to put Michigan up 20-18 with 6:09 left before halftime. Irvin hit a triple from the corner to put U of M ahead 25-23, but Syracuse made the score 28-25 with 2 minutes remaining before the break. A LeVert basket and Irvin fast break dunk gave the Wolverines a 29-28 lead. But an old-fashioned 3-point play gave the Orange a 31-29 halftime advantage. Michigan shot 13 of 36, 36.1% in the first half, knocking down only 3 of its 17 attempts from long distance, 17.6%. Syracuse went 11 of 25, 44% flat on first half field goals and shot 2 of 8, 25% flat from 3. U of M missed its only free throw attempt, while the Orange hit 7 from the charity stripe. Minutes into the second half, Albrecht drove the lane and threw a behind-the-back pass to Doyle, who drew a foul while throwing down a two-handed slam. He hit the free throw to finish the three-point play and give the Maize and Blue a 37-36 lead. The Orange answered with a 3 to go up 39-37, but the Wolverines came back with consecutive threes by Albrecht and Irvin to go up 43-39 and force a Syracuse timeout at the 15-19 mark of the second half. Doyle hit 2 free throws out of the break to give U of M the 6-point advantage, and after Syracuse followed with 2 baskets, Levert made a corner 3 to make the score 48-45 with 12:15 to play. Albrecht hit a long 3 from the top of the key to put Michigan up 52-45, and he assisted on another Doyle dunk to make the score 55-48 with 7:49 remaining. The Wolverines shot 25 of 65, 38.5% on the night, and went 11 of 33, 33.3 10% from behind the arc, 33 1/3%. Syracuse ended the night shooting 24 of 48, 50%, including 6 of 17, 35.3% from 3. Michigan was out-rebounded 36-31, but had 17 offensive boards and 17 second-chance points. The Wolverines forced 19 turnovers while only giving the ball away 7 times. Trevor Cooney led the Orange with 16 points on 4 of 9 shooting from long distance, and Rakeem Christmas finished with 15 points on 7 of 9 shooting. Overall, Chris McCullough posted a double-double with 10 points and a game-high 12 rebounds. The Maize and Blue will take the floor again on Saturday afternoon, December 6th, inside Chrysler Center. Against who? Tip-off is scheduled for noon, and the game will be available on the Big Ten Network. Tom Weinrod is the writer of this recap article. The Wolverines are hosting the NJIT Highlanders at noon on BTN and BTN.com and the BTN To Go mobile app on your smartphone. Also on the Michigan Sports Network from ING with Matt Shepard on the call. Michigan has suffered only one loss to Villanova, 60-55. Michigan also has Eastern Michigan on next Tuesday at 9 from Chrysler Center. Then they travel to Arizona on Saturday at 5:15 p.m. Eastern. Take on the Wildcats. Then we got SMU. Then they got SMU on December 20th and Coppin State December 27th, both at Chrysler Center. Then they begin their Big Ten tournament with a game at Chrysler Center against the Illinois Fighting Illini, December 30th at 3. And their first Big Ten road game is at West Lafayette against the Purdue Boilermakers on January 3rd, 2015 at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Michigan travels to Ohio State on January 13th at 7. They play Rutgers on the road January 20th at 6:30 in Piscataway, New Jersey. They play Wisconsin at home January 24th, Nebraska on the 27th of January. Then on February 1st, they travel to Michigan State at 1. They play the Spartans again at Chrysler Center February 17th, 3 days after Valentine's Day at 9 p.m. That'll be a good one. Then on the 22nd of February, they welcome in the Buckeyes. On the 28th, they go to Maryland at College Park. And they wrap up their season at home against the Rutgers Scarlet Knights on March 7th. Big Ten tournament first round begins March 11th. Also, Detroit Mercy defeated IPFW, the Mastodons, in overtime 81-74. And Central Michigan Chippewas, my school, lost to Bradley 84-73 on the road. The Bradley Braves. Michigan State, number 19, travels to Notre Dame, who was 6-1 on the year, on the season. Spartans are 5-2. They're going to have their hands full against the Irish, the Fighting Irish, that is, at Purcell Pavilion at the Joyce Center in Notre Dame, Indiana. That's South Bend, Indiana, actually. That'll be televised on ESPN2. I don't have enough time to talk about that matchup, but I will tweet it out to my audience on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at DT2Phillips. Speaking of basketball, the Detroit Pistons lost to the Los Angeles Lakers 106-96. Their defense is still lacking. Josh Smith scored a double-double. They have now lost 9 straight. Smith finished with 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. Jody Meeks, who is expected to return within the next few days from a lower back stress reaction, did the most extensive running of his rehabilitation Tuesday. It's in one of the highlights written by David Mayo of MLive.com. Meeks estimated he ran 15 minutes uninterrupted at the practice facility. He was projected to miss 8 weeks. The 8-week date arrives next Tuesday. The Pistons shot 36.7% from the field, and they played poor defense again. This defense just doesn't pay attention whatsoever to what's going on. They made a few blocks, but they keep leaving opposing shooters wide open. The only guy they were defending, they were covering was Kobe Bryant, who shot 0 for 5 from the field with 4 turnovers and 5 assists in the first half. Kobe Bryant didn't even score until almost the midpoint of the third quarter. He scored 12 consecutive points, starting with 7:25 left in the third quarter, to create a 17-3 Lakers run and give the purple and gold a 68-52 advantage. They would go on to win 106-96. Pistons play in Boston against the Celtics, and I'll bet that's not looking good. They'll lose their 10th in a row. There's no doubt about that. Let's move on to the Red Wings. They obviously played sloppy as well. They fell behind 4-1. That snapped their season-high 4-game winning streak. Tomas Tatar opened the scoring by tipping one in past longtime Panther and still and always a Panther, Roberto Luongo, to make it 1-0 Wings, but the Panthers took advantage of some very idiotic mistakes. By the Red Wings on the back check. Okay. Stephen Weiss also assisted on Tatar's goal, giving him 6 points, 3 goals, 3 assists in 5 games since returning from a groin injury. Jimmy Hayes was the Panther that tied it up at 15-11 with 4:49 to go in the first period. Took a rebound while uncovered And then Sean Bergenheim scored on a turnover and on an empty net. Jimmy Howard did not even try to make a save. And then Brendan Smith, the typical Brendan Smith. My God. Brendan Smith, what the hell are you doing? A very lame turnover, alone, one-on-one. And Vincent Trocheck just took advantage of a giveaway, of a dumb giveaway by Smith, and he scored on Jimmy Howard to make it 3-1. Just about a minute into the third period, Aaron Ekblad put the exclamation point on the game on a deflection that could have been blocked. Gosh darn it. The Wings made it interesting, though. Pavel Datsyuk snuck one in on a rebound through traffic at 9:32 into the third, and then Gustav Nyquist one-time a blazer top shelf past Luongo with 58.7 seconds left in regulation to make it 4-3, but since then the Red Wings fell flat. They lost to a lowly Panthers team that the Red Wings should have beaten. They should have routed the Panthers. The Panthers are fast skaters, I know, but they just can't. The Panthers this season just still can't win a damn game. I'm going to look at the schedule here and see when the Red Wings play the Panthers at home next. Oh, what do you know? They play the Panthers at home next Friday. An early chance at redemption. Right now, they got to focus on the Dallas Stars, which is tomorrow. It's Thursday at 7:30 on Fox Sports Detroit. Pistons, I'm sure, have that day off after playing back-to-back games, finishing in Boston. Oh, there was a power outage. Brendan Smith is still young. The Florida Panthers are a good team.
That is not what I want to hear. What's your problem there, pal? Can't a guy get a bit of sleep? Don't bug me.
That is so wrong. This power outage that happened at Joe Louis Arena took very long, but it's a stupid excuse for anybody to make. That's it. Let's move on to one last thing here. The Tigers have tendered contracts to all 4 arbitration-eligible players, including starting pitcher David Price, according to James Schmel on MLive.com. As expected, the Tigers have tendered contracts to all 4 players eligible for arbitration, including starting pitchers Rick Porcello and David Price. A Tigers official confirmed the moves ahead of Tuesday night's deadline. Aside from Porcello and Price, the group of players also offered contracts includes right-handed reliever Al Albequerque and outfielder JD Martinez. He is a left fielder. Price is projected to make $18.9 million in his fourth season of arbitration, according to MLB TradeRumors.com's arbitration calculator, which is estimated to be the highest salary among any of the 216 arbitration-eligible players this season. This off-season, actually. 2014-2015 off-season. MLB off-season. Both Price and Porcello are entering their final season of arbitration. The Tigers could have avoided going to arbitration with any of the four players by not extending a contract by Tuesday's deadline, which is not a good idea. In that case, the player would have become a free agent. However, none of the four players were non-tendered. If the Tigers release an arbitration-eligible player who has been tendered a contract more than 2 weeks prior to opening day, they are responsible for only 1/6 of the player's salary, but such a move is considered highly unlikely, which is a good sign because in other words, those arbitration-eligible players are likely here to stay in Detroit and play for the Tigers for longer time. The four arbitration-eligible players, Price, Porcello, JD Martinez, and Albequerque, are expected to earn a combined $35.7 million, according to the projections at MLB TradeRumors.com. Should an agreement not be reached independently, a salary arbitration hearing will be scheduled in February to have the case settled. In that arbitration hearing, each side will have an opportunity to argue their proposed salary before one of the two requested salaries will be chosen in a binding decision. Here are the following. David Price, 2014 salary, $14 million. Year of arbitration, fourth. 2015 projected arbitration salary, $18.9 million. Rick Porcello, 2014 salary, $8.5 million. Fourth year of arbitration, 2015 projected arbitration salary, $12.2 million. Al Albequerque, 2014 salary, $837,500. Second year of arbitration, 2015 projected arbitration salary, $1.7 million. And JD Martinez, 2014 salary, $500,000. First year of arbitration, projected 2015 arbitration salary, $2.9 million. So, I got a minute and a half left. I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks to Prankville, Prankville USA on Spreaker, who is listening in and giving good compliments to me, and listening and downloading. I want to thank everyone else for listening and downloading this podcast of episode 108 of Taylor's Detroit Sports on Spreaker and on iHeartRadio. Stay tuned for episode 109 coming up sometime soon. So, add me on Facebook as Taylor Phillips. Like my Facebook page, Taylor Phillips' Detroit Sports page. Join my Facebook group, Taylor Phillips' Detroit Sports Group, and follow me on Twitter at DT2Phillips. And as always, when I'm live, you can call in at 646. No, that's not right. You can call in at 23. Call in or text name and town at 231-429-3668. I'm Taylor Phillips saying TTFN, ta-ta for now.